Coronavirus has already surpassed flu deaths in our state, with 179 in just under a month. Confirmed coronavirus cases in North Carolina are inching closer to 7,000. The Piedmont Triad still accounts for about 10% of those cases. 654 people have tested positive for COVID-19 in our area. More than 220 people have recovered, but only 4 counties are making that number available, so it is likely higher. Winston-Salem city leaders are set to announce a new initiative to help reduce the spread of COVID-19. That's today at noon. Mayor Allen Joines, the CEO of Wake Forest Baptist Health, leaders from Wake Forest Baptist Medical School, and Novant Health will all be a part of that announcement. You can look for any updates on that on our free mobile app. Governor Cooper and members of the coronavirus task force will hold a news conference today at 2. You can watch that one over on WXII 12. Well, more than 700,000 people in the U.S. have coronavirus right now. That's according to Johns Hopkins University. The university also reports some good news this morning. More people have recovered from COVID-19 across the country than have died from it. Johns Hopkins reports more than 42,000 deaths and more than 72,000 recoveries. Well, as many countries begin easing coronavirus restrictions, the head of the World Health Organization warns that the worst is yet to come. WHO's Director General says easing restrictions does not mark the end of the outbreak. He adds there's too much we still don't know about it. The coronavirus has infected 2.5 million people and so far killed more than 166,000 worldwide. A group is planning on protesting today in Raleigh to urge Governor Roy Cooper to reopen the state. The protesters say the governor's executive order is too restrictive and it hurts the local economies. They started protesting last week. Law enforcement says people can gather as long as they follow social distancing guidelines. Well, some states are preparing to end stay-at-home restrictions. John Lawrence reports these moves come as health officials say the coronavirus remains a significant threat.
Georgia getting ready to reopen during the COVID-19 pandemic. Governor Brian Kemp says some companies like fitness centers, bowling alleys, and hair salons can start unlocking their doors Friday, even though he acknowledges cases will increase.
Many of these places that are at home going broke, worried about whether they can feed their children, make the mortgage payment.
Atlanta's mayor says she understands the desire to get back up and running, but
when we're talking about this economic pull and getting to recovery, if we're not alive on the other side of it, then there won't be a recovery to be had.
As Georgia and other states, including South Carolina and Tennessee, move toward reopening, health officials say they're concerned.
What we don't want to do is recreate the conditions that led to us all having to stay home in the first place and having our healthcare systems be overwhelmed. And so that's why it's so important that we move cautiously and thoughtfully about how and when to reopen.
President Trump says the U.S. will do that.
It's critical to continue the medical war while reopening the economy in a safe and responsible fashion.
The president also invoking what he calls the invisible enemy and the need to protect American jobs, tweeting Monday night that he will sign an executive order that will temporarily suspend immigration into the United States. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
No word yet on when President Trump's suspension will be signed or how long it will last.